Hello, and thank you for tuning in to my YouTube channel. Today I am going to do a tutorial on how to utilize all of the sizes on a sewing pattern and how to transfer them onto tissue paper and cut them out. So I'm sewing a Simplicity 1355A pattern, and I do have an online store, and I thought that these patterns can get a little costly. The retail price on this one, MSRP, is $16.95, and I happen to catch them on sale for 99 cents at Hobby Lobby. But in any event, I didn't want to buy four um, packages when I could just buy one, and I realized by searching YouTube that there really weren't too many videos out there that expressed clearly how to effectively transfer patterns and utilize all of the sizes. So I thought I would make a tutorial on that. So basically, I've already started with a few. This pattern ranges in sizes from extra, extra small to extra small, small, medium, large, extra large, and extra, extra large. You can see that there. And so what I've done already is I have traced the pattern out on this tissue paper, and I've highlighted it and I've marked the sizes, and I've even done one um, with all of the pattern markings on them as well. And so I'm going to show you how to do all of this, so that way if you're like me, maybe you go up and down in weight, maybe you have a store, maybe you want to make gifts for your other friends and family members, or whatever it is that you want to use the pattern, different pattern sizes for. Um, this video is going to tell you basically how to do that. So first things first, you want to grab some form of a tissue paper. What I'm using in this video is actually pretty sturdy. It is a little thicker than the actual pattern paper, so I kind of like that. I got it on sale at some general dollar store for $6, but it's called Kirkland Signature. Let me see that. Gift tissue, and so I believe that it comes from Costco. This one has 400 sheets, so you'll be able to transfer a lot of patterns. And if you do sell online, I like to wrap things up in the tissue paper sometimes, so it comes in handy in a couple of different places. But anyhow, you make sure that you have some tissue paper, or you can use printer paper. You can put 2 and 3 together to make bigger pieces by taping them, or poster board works, cardboard, I guess you could use something like that as well. But whatever works for you, I find that tissue paper works best for me. So you're going to have your pattern piece already cut out, and I've already done a few on here, like I've already mentioned, so I'm going to just lay this out here, and let me show you how I initially laid out the pattern. So I wanted to use, not waste all the paper, get the most use. So I just have traced them out. I have the extra large here, the large, extra small, and extra, extra small. And then now I'm going to go ahead on and do the medium and the small and the extra small. Okay, so you just lay your paper flat. I'm using a piece of cardboard. I'm on the table here, and the tracer that I will use, which is this. This will kind of make markings on your table, so you want to use something firm underneath and not mess up your table like I did. So you're going to take out your cutout pattern, lay it face side up. Anytime that you lay patterns on your paper, you want to make sure that you lay them all in the same direction. Well, I guess you don't have to, but I like to, for the most part, or at least have them facing side up the same way. And I just want to make sure, I'm just making sure that I have enough space here to do 3 more, which I believe that I do. Okay. So I am laying that flat, and I'm just going to take 2 pins, just 2 little pins with the little colored tops. And I'm going to pin one into the top of the pattern. so this is the way that it looks when the pattern piece is pinned to the tissue paper. Next, I'm going to take my tracing wheel, which is this here, and I am going to trace on the pattern the medium, since that's the next size that I need to have listed here. I kind of got out of order here a little bit, but let's see if I can place this here. Okay, so you know the sizes are here, the different sizes are here. So I am going to follow my, it's extra large, medium. My medium line right here. I'm going to trace this with my tracing wheel. And then I'm going to trace around the pattern here, all the way down. Follow it out, around. And then I'm going to bring it back to the medium. So you kind of want to hold it firmly a little bit so, you know, it doesn't shift around on you. And you can keep a straight line with your tracing wheel. My tracing wheel I got at Walmart for like $2 or something, so it's nothing too expensive. And you're just going to kind of press firmly so that way the markings are going to show up on the tissue paper. It's going to be kind of like perforated a little bit. And you're just going to use that as a guide for your highlighting. So you want to make sure that you get the little grooves in there. And it can get a little confusing because there's this in here, but I know that it's for this marker here. It's not for the medium. So you just want to pay close attention and kind of like double check your markings. Okay, so you're just going to trace, go back and forth, press firmly. Okay, and you're going to take it. You can do it on the paper, kind of do it off a little bit. Doesn't really matter too much. And then we're going to bring it down here. Da, da, da. Oops, see how I went up there? It's a little confusing. So if you kind of do like I do when you go back up to the top, just go back to the size, which is medium here, and then just kind of bring it out a little bit. That way you know where you should actually have cut off. You'll see what I'm saying in a moment. Okay, so after that, you're just going to take your pins out, push them over to the side, lift your pattern up. And what you have here, I don't know if you can see this, let's see. You'll have little grooves, but let's see. Okay, so here's a little grooves from the tracing wheel. Should be able to see those pretty well right there. There's a line across here where my nail is. And let's see if we can make it just a little bit better. Okay, well, it won't show up all the way, but you'll be able to see it on your tissue paper. It'll be, mine is about right here. Goes down here, comes out over here, and up here. Okay? Trust me, you'll be able to see it on your tissue paper. So after that, basically all I'm going to do is lay my paper back flat. I'm going to take a highlighter. And I'm just going to follow the markings where I traced over with the tracing wheel. You'll see little perforated dots and you'll be able to follow through. So you can get a better view. Just going to trace it through. Markers will bleed through too, so make sure that you keep your cardboard under here. And I'm just going to trace, using the little knives. And it's as simple as that. And now you have your medium pattern piece. Medium. So from here, what I'm going to do is I am going to take my original pattern piece. I'm going to place it back into the pattern. And you'll see here that when placed underneath, this part hangs out a little bit more and it stops at the medium. Well, yeah, so it stops at the medium line here, and that's because it's from the medium to the end here. It's no longer the extra large or the extra large or the large. And so there's the little highlight. I'll press down so you can see it there. Okay, so you're going to take that back down, pin your pattern back to the tissue paper. Always make sure that you pin properly by inserting the pin into the pattern underneath the tissue, and then bringing it back up, because this is the easiest way for your pattern to lay as flat as possible. And I used to have a hard time with that, but I'm learning. I'm actually currently a student. I've been in school since November 9th of this year. It is December 10th today, 2015. And I got a new sewing machine, so I'm kind of like extremely ecstatic to use it. And I decided to go ahead of my class and make these videos. And these are things, this is something that I haven't even been taught in my class at this point. But I watched a couple YouTube videos and kind of gathered, some information, but I thought that it could be explained a little easier, and so I decided to do this video. Okay, so now that I have my pattern piece pinned back down, what I need to do is mark all of the important information, all of the important instruction and guidelines from this pattern. I need to place underneath. And you know what? Don't kill the messenger. It's supposed to go underneath. And I told you I'm learning. So learn from my mistakes here. And if I can edit that out, I will. And if I can't, learn from my mistakes. Okay. So just gonna line it back up. On the medium line. Pin it. There we go. All right, so now you can see the words are underneath. And basically, you're just going to use that as your guide. Everything is even, and you're going to make your markings through the paper. So your circles and your notches and your grain lines, your pattern piece number, how many to cut, so on and so forth. So I'm going to go ahead on and take a pen, and I am going to, you should use a pencil for this. I use a pen. It is what it is. But you'll take your pen. See if I have this one so you can see better. Okay? And you're going to trace all of the information. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now. hot and out of the way. Okay. So, things that I like to write. I like to write 1355. I like to write the pattern number. I like to write Miss, so that way I know that it's not for a child or a man. You're going to fill in your circles here. Most important. I'm going to try to be as accurate as possible. Okay. Here it's telling me the different sizes that it comes in, but I don't care about that because I already know that it's a medium, so I wouldn't bother chasing that. But what I will write here is shoulder strap because I need to know what piece of the pattern this is. And it's for pattern pieces, or from, styles A and styles B. So I'm going to fill that in. This is pattern piece number 3. That is very important. When you're reading your instructions to put your next outfits together, you need to know what pieces are which pieces. There's some other stuff here that I don't need. Very important, up here at the top, you have your 3/8 of an inch in seam allowance. You need that information. It's listed at the bottom too, so I'm going to just go ahead and write that there. I already know that. And what else here? Okay, so the instruction is telling me that I need to cut 2 of fabric, so I'm going to write that. Normally, you know that when you cut 2 of the fabric, you're going to cut 2 of the interfacing, but I'm just going to go ahead on and write that anyway, just in case. You know, sometimes you don't need interfacing for certain pieces, so that's still very important information. Okay, and let's see, do I have a few more notches here? So for my medium size, I have another notch here. Let's make sure that this is straight enough. Okay, and it's for my medium, so I'm going to go ahead and trace this down here. And just going to look it over, smooth it out, smooth it out. Another good thing about using tissue paper is that it's very light. You don't want to use darker colors of tissue paper, pattern paper, because then you cannot see the markings. One thing that I do like to do is when I am cutting out pattern pieces and there are bigger pieces of tissue paper, let's see if I have it back here. I don't. But bigger pieces of the tissue paper left around, I will go ahead and save those because you can trace smaller pieces or transfer smaller pieces of patterns like this one onto that same pattern paper, and you kind of save a little bit of money there. And I like to recycle and reuse, so that's just something that I do. It's a little helpful tip if you're cutting out patterns and you have that tissue paper around it. Just go ahead and use that to trace your patterns on. So anyhow, this is now done. I'm going to take my pens out. I am going to, oh no, it's not done. See, that's why you want to double check. So I'm going to line this back up because I'm not quite 100% done yet. Back up my medium. And the only thing that I'm going to do is I forgot to put the grain line, and this is very important because you know which way to lay the pattern on your fabric, so you know which way the grain line is, which is the way that you want the stretch of the fabric to go. So didn't really have to line it up because once your pattern is in this position, once the arrows are already here, you know which direction is going to go in. Okay, so now that is all done. Okay, and you have this is your original pattern. And here is your duplicate copy of your size medium. And now you have all of these great sizes that you can make the same pattern. Make different variations of patterns in different sizes. So all you have to do at this point is just go ahead and cut it out. And I'm going to use my rotary cutter, but you can use scissors. So, and I just got this one. It's my first time using it. Kind of wants to eat into the cardboard a little bit, so we don't want to tear the pattern. Which I did a little bit. I'm going to use my scissors. You should probably use yours too if you don't have a rotary cutter. Okay. So I'm just going to cut it out. And I'm also going to do this for, all of the other pattern pieces that have sizes. If you want to trace a pocket, but pockets are universal, so I don't bother tracing the patterns out. I'll just use them from the original pattern. Yep. And voila. And here is your finished product. Minus this little strap. But you have all of your markings, you have your medium pattern piece, and you can make different variations and different sizes. So thank you guys for tuning in, watching my broadcast. If you're interested, hit the subscribe button. This is my first video. I am going to be doing a sew along with Simplicity 1355A. So look out for that video as well. And you can catch me on Instagram at Cookies.Daughter.Vintique, and I will have all information in my link below as well. Thank you for tuning in.